going, everybody? It's your boy jeremiahpaprocki. Welcome back to another episode of Live from the Shy. It's a pleasure that you guys are tuning in to yet another great interview. If you guys watch Fox 32's Good Day Chicago, then you'll be familiar with our next guest tonight. So as always, we don't waste no time. Let's get straight to it. Our guest on tonight's episode is an R&B singer and songwriter from Beltwood, Illinois. Please welcome RJ Griffith.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How's it going, man? How are you?
Pretty good, man. You know, can't complain. We're in quarantine, so just in the house.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining me, man. And to get started, tell us about yourself and how'd you get into music?
So my name is RJ Griffith. I'm an inspirational R&B singer and songwriter. I've gotten to music by imitating Jamie Foxx. I know it's funny as it sounds, but I learned how to sing by imitating him. But I first discovered that I was able to sing because I liked a girl in summer camp when I was in like 5th grade. And sing like really well, and I was like, they asked, who wants to sing a solo, and her name was Perry. I was thirsty. I was like, I do. And so not knowing what I was getting myself into, and long story short, I didn't win her over, but I found out that I was able to sing. So that was the blessing in that.
Definitely, man. It's a dope story, man. That's awesome. I'm not gonna blame you, man. I think every guy has tried to sing to try to get a girl over, man. I've definitely done it before. Probably in like elementary school or something like that, trying to belt that high note, and it wasn't hidden. But I mean, for you it worked out because you figured it out that it works for you.
Yeah.
I got that, deep, soul voice. So,
man, I wish my voice can get that deep, man. I can't. It's hard.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But now you got a great voice, man. I met you at UIC. I heard you sing the national anthem twice. I seen you do a halftime act as well. And it's actually a funny story because that was like a January game this year, and not that like the next month was obviously like February, and it was the Super Bowl. And I was watching the Super Bowl and it was on Fox, and I've been meaning to tell you this story, but I just keep forgetting. But this is the perfect time. But the game was over, and maybe a few commercials later, this Fox Good Day commercial starts playing. And it's I recognize the voice, and I think you pop up in it, and I'm like, oh man, that's RJ from that UIC game. I remember him, and I was like, yo, that's super cool. So I guess the next question is, how'd you get that opportunity on being Fox 32's Good Day Chicago theme song?
So what ended up happening was my manager and I, we was like, hey. Well, it started my mom was watching Good Day Chicago, and she was like, you should really submit your song to that show. And I'm like, okay, maybe I will. And then maybe a month later, my manager was watching it, and he was like, hey, you should really submit it to Good Day Chicago. So he was like, you know what we're going to do is we're going to tag all the anchors on Twitter. And it was 16 anchors, and one responded. And that one response was Natalie Bomke, and she was like, I love the song. It's such an uplifting, upbeat song. And I was like, thank you. And I was like, hey, you all should consider making it your theme song. She's like, you know what? We never thought about that. We've never had a theme song. And I was like, well, who do I need to talk to? She was like, send it to me, and I'll get it to the right people. And it took some months to happen. And then finally, the vice president of marketing for Fox ended up reaching back out to me and kept saying, he was like, I usually don't click on emails for song submissions because he was like, I get a lot of them and they're pretty bad. And so he was like, I went into yours thinking that it was going to be bad. And he was like, it was the most perfect song ever. And he was like, the only reason I clicked because Natalie kept bugging me about it because she said, you really need to hear this song. And so then we went on from there, and it's been history ever since, So that happened in August of last year, 2019, and They started playing me in November, and yeah, and it was a winter commercial. So we were supposed to shoot the spring and summer commercial in March. Then pandemic happened, so I haven't been able to shoot the spring and summer commercial. So
Yeah.
once this clears up, then we'll be back doing that one, and then you can just always check out the winter one because football season is right around the corner, and you can check me out with my Chicago Bears gear on.
Awesome, man. Now that's an awesome story, man. It definitely takes just one person to, make
Yeah.
that spark happen. So that's no, that's awesome. I should probably, backtrack, because I wanted to tell you that story, but the probably some background is that you dropped the EP for that song, and the EP is called A Good Day, which dropped in January. So, tell us about the EP and what inspired you to write it.
So my new EP is called A Good Day ... and it took over a year to get the EP together. We were supposed to drop this EP like last year in January or the end of 2018. It just took a while, but I wanted it to be the perfect timing, and I ended up releasing my single "Good Day" back in January of 2018, and so it was building a lot of buzz and traction, and like started getting love from ABC7. They were the first ones to ever play the song on national TV, and so that created a lot of buzz for me. And then I ended up getting a clothing endorsement deal called A Good Day clothing line from this company called Yes We Vibe. Two Chicago radio stations started playing it, and so I was like, man, I'm getting a lot of love from this song, and it just opened up a lot of doors. And we just wanted to make sure that it was the perfect timing. It took a long time because people kept saying, when are you going to drop the EP? And I was like, we're working on it. And we thought once the Fox commercial was about to air, we was like, okay, we're going to really have some buzz going. So as soon as that commercial really gets in the flow of running every day, then we're going to drop the EP. And it ended up getting a lot of love. So it was just about creating some positive vibes, because that's all I'm about, is just spreading positivity to our city of Chicago and in the world that we live in, because there's not a lot of positive music out here nowadays. And if there is positive music, it doesn't get mainstream love like it should, like all the other like secular music or however you want to call it that degrades people and everything like that. I just want it to be different. So the concept behind it was just calling it A Good Day, because it's just a lot of things can happen. You can go through ups and downs during your day, but it still is a good day, So
Of
that's the whole
course.
point of the EP. Like, it's just about, it starts off with my song, not a good day, Good Day, and then it ends off with a song called, interlude called To Fall in Love. So it's a teaser to the next EP. So it's a 2-part EP. It's called A Good Day ... To Fall in Love, and that'll be strictly R&B and love songs. So
Hey, no, that's dope. And yeah, you're doing a great thing with these inspirational, good vibes tracks because, like you said, like it doesn't get the love that it deserves. And for you to be able to get that recognition is like an awesome thing. So I'm rooting for you, man. It's awesome.
thank you so much.
I remember seeing that commercial. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like just to see that, like see someone that I've met before, get that recognition is awesome. And actually, I'm gonna play the clip of the commercial so people know what I'm talking about right here. So check this out.
Wake up in the morning, yeah, it's time to get prepared. Gotta check the weather so you know just what to wear. Hey, you turn Fox 32 on. It's time to get your day going. No need to be stressed. We have the news up next. We show Chicago's traffic, so there's no need to panic. Feeling good, feeling great. It's gonna be a good day.
There you guys have it. That is the Good Day commercial that that we keep talking about. And so that was obviously earlier in the year, and before we get on to, how the world is, kind of messed up now, you have a nonprofit called Positive Vibes Only. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I started a 501c3 nonprofit called Positive Vibes Only, where we have an open mic once a month for young people to come and express themselves. You can, do comedy, spoken word, sing, dance, rap. Just come. You can come up there and juggle. You can do whatever you want. And as long, it's a judgment-free zone. It's a safe haven for people to come and express themselves. Growing up, I didn't have a place to go to be able to perform. You had to be 18 or 21 to be able to perform at open mics growing up when I was growing up. So I was like, I wanted to give kids an outlet to be able to express themselves, keep them off the streets. And it usually happens from 6:30 to 9 p.m. because the peak times for crime in the city of Chicago are from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I based the time around that for a reason, so kids can come, have fun. We give out free food, and it's free to get in. We do raffles. You get to win prizes, gift cards, everything. It's a place where kids get to go on a Friday night. It's like a club, but without the without the alcoholic beverages and stuff. That's all. So, you just get to come and have fun, and we just do a lot of things, man. We've done, we did a book bag drive last year, where we gave out over 150 book bags and to the city of East Chicago, Indiana, and then we just had a lot of different things. And with that story, just to piggyback, when I did that book bag drive, I had lost every gig that I had for the end of August of 2019, and in less than 24 hours. This had never happened to me before. And I was like, God, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? I was telling my wife, I was like, hey, we're going to be all right. Like, we had just bought 240 book bags out of pocket. I rented out the park, bought a bouncy house, paid the police officers, did everything, was doing everything right, even though like the previous venue that we were supposed to partner with ended up backing out on me 2 weeks before the event. So I had to put forth all this money, and then I lost all those gigs because I was like, man, I have all the money back. I was singing at like 4 different weddings, and I was making this money. Then I had solo gigs, and I was like, cool. And then right after the next week, that's when Fox finally came through completely.
Oh, man.
So it was like God had a plan. He had to clear my schedule out to be able to meet with them at Fox and everything like that. So, but that was just, a little story about that. And then we've had a Thanksgiving drive. We fed over 250 families this past Thanksgiving at East Chicago Church, and gave out 40 turkeys and 40 bags of food. So every family in there left after getting fed already. They left with a full Thanksgiving meal also. So we've done a lot in the communities, and we're still growing and just trying to expand and continue to do positive things in the communities. And we have another book bag drive coming up in August. The date hasn't been set yet, though.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's positive vibes for sure, man. What you're doing is definitely a great thing, not just, speaking it through music, but actually taking action in real life and going to the people, meeting with them, helping them out. So now I want to thank you for what you're doing, man. That's awesome. Awesome work, bro.
Thanks so much.
And then, we keep touching on how COVID has, kind of affected everybody. It affected me personally. It affected you. You were supposed to do the national anthem for the Sox game on Jackie Robinson Day this year. That got canceled. We're just now getting baseball. So just tell us about how, this coronavirus has kind of messed up with everybody's schedule, your schedule, and how have you been able to, kind of work through it?
Well, yeah, the coronavirus has really stopped everything. I started off 2020 with a bang. I did a TV show in January, TV show in February. I was supposed to do Windy City Live in March. So it's July right now. Just imagine if I would have done Windy City Live and everything, my EP and stuff, my buzz would be killing it right now. following up, and I had gigs already booked. So all of those got canceled. So I can't make any money right now, unfortunately. And I can't go and speak anywhere. It's been rough. I ended up just like I had in March, I ended up losing my aunt. And then the night of my aunt's funeral, my dad had a stroke, and he ended up passing away April 16th. But in March, I had been taking care of his mom, which is my grandmother. I turned 30 in March in the waiting room, waiting in the hospital for over 8 hours with my grandma. And so I was taking care of her, going to her house. And I had the virus, but it was not that bad. I just quarantined from my wife, slept in a separate room, and just played Xbox while I was sitting there having fevers. So,
Oh, man.
and then my grandmother ended up getting worse, and then she ended up passing May 24th. So I lost 3 family members, super, super close in 3 months. So this virus had been horrible. And on top of that, my outlet is performing. So it's like I feel like myself when I'm performing, and I haven't been able to do that. I've had a couple, social media concerts, and I just been trying to stay in the studio and create, to keep my mind off of, because with all the death, and like my grandma and I were super, super close, and like you can get depressed, especially I can't go and perform and release that energy that I have. So it's like, man, I either got to record or, play video games to keep my mind off of this stuff, to keep from like I said, being depressed and going crazy, man, because it's just for all of that to hit you at one time, and then with everything going on in the world, it's rough.
Yeah.
This pandemic has been horrible for me, but I made some good songs out of it. So.
No, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. I can't imagine you losing all that people all at once, and that time frame, and like you said, to have the whole virus and the whole background of all of it as well, and then you actually having to deal with it yourself, and fortunately you were able to get past the virus and stuff like that. But thank you for joining me today. It's a pleasure having you, seeing you do all this stuff, get on these, TV shows, and, joining me on my, little talk show that I'm starting off right now is truly a honor and a blessing. So thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. And don't speak like that. It's not little. We all start somewhere, okay? Like, honestly, like you just have to speak it, man. I told my wife by the time I'm 30, I would have something that would help solidify me in the music industry, because in 2016 I ended up getting cut from Chicago Public Schools as an educator, and my wife and I we had to sell our house, and we lost everything we had. And I was 1 year into marriage, so we was 1 year newlyweds, and we had to go through that. And that's what Good Day was written out of that. A lot of people don't know, like I was literally about to take my own life. I was about to commit suicide. And something in my spirit said, go beat shopping online. And then the lyrics came to me for Good Day. And then Good Day has been the biggest song of my career. So it's like, we just have to start somewhere, and you just grow, man. So just speak life into your TV show. Hey, it's going to be one of the biggest TV shows on YouTube. That's what you got to say, man. Like,
thank you, bro.
Yeah, no problem, man. Just always stay encouraged, guys. And those of you that's watching this, stay encouraged. These are very trying times that we're living in. And just remember, 2020 cannot end this way. That's what I keep telling myself. It's like, man, 2020 started off with a bang, then it went downhill. I was like, it's not going to end that way. So we got 4 quarters in the year for a reason. So This is the start of the 3rd quarter. So I'm like, the 3rd and 4th quarter, those going to be the turnaround quarters for everybody, man. So just stay encouraged and keep the faith.
No, thank you, man. Manifestation is a real thing, man. It's powerful. And like, I got to keep that positive mindset going, and just be like, oh yeah, like I started this for a reason. Quarantine is the reason why I started this talk show, man. because I have one at school, and that one's really not really in my control, but this one is. So I think in a way it's kind of a blessing that this free time gives me the opportunity to use such a platform to keep working on my skills and craft. And the pleasure of hearing stories like yours, and sharing that with other people as well. So I truly appreciate it, man.
No
Truly
problem.
appreciate the positive messages that you keep spreading to the world, man.
Thank you. I've been needing to hear stuff myself, And so I got some mentors and stuff and motivational speakers that I listen to always keep my mind sharp. And because, like I said, without it, we can go crazy, man. So
Oh no, for real.
like people have to remember it's literally frequencies in music. The reason why music sounds the way it is, like if you're depressed and you listen to a depressed song, it makes you even more depressed. The reason why the music sounds the way it does is because it's certain frequencies that provoke emotion in us. That's why my music is upbeat and stuff like that. It sounds upbeat, you know what I mean? And so people have to realize like these frequencies when we're going through these trying times and we just feeling anxious or depressed or even suicidal. There's songs out there that talk about committing suicide. If you're feeling those emotions, I don't suggest listening to those songs. So we just have to, what's the word I'm looking for? We have to reverse engineer those emotions. So we got to get back on the right track, man. There's too many people out here taking their own lives before their appointed time. And it's too much murder going on, especially right now, man. In Chicago, it's ridiculous. And they told me, a lot of Chicago radio stations told me my song was too positive. So that's the problem right there. So the things that we put out into the airwaves, they do have an effect on people. And the sooner they realize that, and the sooner regular like TV and film, the sooner they realize that, and we start putting out more positive messages, the world will become a better place. Like if you think about, I'm thinking about I want to shoot somebody, and then you see a commercial promoting gun laws, or open carry or whatever it's called, that's going to be like, man, yeah, it's going to amp you up, So it's stuff like this to brainwash us for a reason, and we just have to wake up to it. There's nothing. I'm not against guns, guys. I'm against using guns to kill other people. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's just something has to be done, man. And I'm tired of our kids. These little kids are losing their lives every week now. Since this summer has started for Chicago, and once we open back up, 3-year-olds, 1-year-olds do not get to experience life because too many ignorant people are just shooting, and they don't have aim, and you're hitting innocent people. And just, it needs to stop, man. Like, these kids deserve a fighting chance at life, and media has power to help promote positivity. We just have to, us as people, have to stand behind those people that make positive songs. A lot of people think it's lame. It's like, no, it's not lame, though. Positivity always wins. That's why I'm the theme song of a newscast. I'm literally the first artist to ever do that. So it's like, you just have to remember that at the end of the day, positivity is always going to win. You can easily I can make mainstream money super quick if I wanted to conform and just start making songs about shooting people, selling drugs and stuff like that. I could have did that 5 years ago when I started off. So, but yeah, that's just my little tangent. So
No, it's all good, man. Well, we're here to use this platform and spread that positivity. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
no problem. Thanks for having me.
Before we go, though, I want people to follow you and check out your music. So, just tell the people where they can follow you, where they can check out your music and all that.
Okay, you can follow me on all social media platforms at RJG Music, literally on every platform. And you can follow my nonprofit at Always PVO on Instagram. On Twitter is Positive Vibes Only. And then Facebook is Positive Vibes Only as well. And You can stream all my music on any music streaming platform under RJ Griffith, not Griffin, because a lot of people get confused, but Griffith with an ITH. And I have 3 EPs, one called Pray, P-R-E-Y, another one called Direction, then my new one, A Good Day, ... And then be on the lookout for the second half of the EP, To Fall in Love. I actually got 2 singles that are about to drop, one called So Happy and another one called Survive. They'll be dropping with music videos in the next few weeks. So be on the lookout for that, and stay tuned, guys, and just keep spreading positive vibes, because that's what the world needs right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. I appreciate you for joining me. I probably said that 1,000 times, but I truly mean it. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you do more big things, more positivity in this world, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. See you later, man. Hey man, that's another episode here on Live from the Chi. I hope you guys check out RJ Griffith and his music. And if you'd like to be a part of the show, send in an email submission to talkshowshy@gmail.com. As always, we'd appreciate if you guys subscribe, like, and turn on post notifications for this talk show. And as always, I'm Jeremiah Paprocki. Stay safe, everyone.